Hello and welcome to this webinar on Canvas. This is the 5th in a 10-part series, and this is focused on course navigation and the things that we can do to change the course navigation menu inside Canvas. It's a pretty short series of slides here. I'll be doing some talking about the concepts and then doing the demonstration during practice time. For course navigation, there are three options that we have on those links. Three things to think about. One is link visibility. The second is the link placement, so where it is located on the menu. And then finally, adding items to the course navigation menu. Link visibility, of course, means link visibility for students. As instructors, we can see all the links that are on the course navigation menu. The three ways that link visibility for students is affected is first by omission, meaning that if a tool is empty, then that link will not be visible to students. So, for example, in this screenshot here, I can see that files is gray, so it's possible that the files tool is empty. Second option is by choice. As an instructor, I can disable any of the links on course navigation, and in that case, I don't want my students to access that directly. And then finally, by design, two links, for example, that are never visible to students are the settings and the attendance links. Settings, of course, is how we instructors can make changes to our course, and attendance is a tool for face-to-face classes to help us record attendance for our students. Again, by omission, so if a tool is empty, students won't be able to see it. By design, if we choose to hide the link, students won't be able to see it. And then finally, by choice, that's if we choose to hide the tool, students will be able to see it. And then finally, by design, some tools are designed not to be visible. I do want to make one important point here about tools that we have chosen to hide from students. If an item for that tool is available to students, it's been published, then students can still access it as long as they are provided access via another way. So, for example, in the series on modules, I highlighted the importance of using the modules tool to organize course material to direct and guide students through our course material. So, for example, you might have a module on a unit, and in that module might be some content pages, maybe some files or links. You might have a discussion that's associated with that unit, maybe a quiz or an assignment. So those last three tools there, discussion, quizzes, and assignment, you could choose to hide those links on the course navigation. But because there's a quiz or an assignment, that's an example in this screenshot that we have here, the quizzes and assignments that are linked from the modules page, students can still access, even though they cannot access the quizzes tool directly, where they would see a list of all the quizzes in the class. For link placement, so we can decide where the links are in terms of what order that they're in. Settings page, one of the tabs there is navigation. I've got a screenshot showing for that. And on the navigation tab, what we can do is we can basically click and drag a link to reorder it. We can also click and drag a link down to the bottom part of the page there where it says drag items here to hide them from students. Also, when you click on the settings cog for each of the links, you can see those options here for disable and move as well. And then finally, again, that to restate that point, that a tool's items can be accessed even if the tool link itself is disabled. Obviously, we have to provide students with access to that tool via some other way. So for link additions, if you want to add items to the course menu, one important point to make here actually is that items on the course navigation cannot be renamed. So the syllabus link is the syllabus link, quizzes is quizzes, so on and so forth. But you can add links. So if there's an external link that's really important for your class, you can add that. And that's done using a tool called the redirect tool, which is one of the external apps that's available in Canvas. And to get to those external apps, go to the settings page, and you can see the apps tab there highlighted in the screenshot. And then you would add the app. So add the redirect tool, and you put in the URL for whatever website that you are that you want students to access. It is important not to use this tool to link to internal pages. If you want to link to internal pages within Canvas, it's important that you use that using the Canvas content selector, and you do that, within the text of an announcement or content page or something, or discussion. for that. And the reason you want to use that instead of using the redirect tool or making an external link to an internal resource is that when your course gets copied over from one class to another, say you're reteaching the class in the subsequent semester, then anything that's written as an external link will not be corrected when it is copied over. So internal links, again, using that content selector tool, will be corrected when a course is copied. And then finally, depending on the external apps that you might have connected to your class, examples here include things like the publisher integrations that we have. Those may add links to the course menu, and that depends on the particular app. Wow, we're already at practice time. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the course that I've been using for this series. I'm going to move a link within course navigation and then disable and re-enable a course navigation link. And let's go ahead and take a look at that. So in this class here, my webinar on Canvas class, I am going to go to the settings page. And again, it is the navigation tab on the settings page. And in this case, I'm going to do something like, you know what, I don't want my students seeing the quizzes app because I'd rather have my students access the quiz within the context of a module. So I will go ahead and just basically click that and drag it down into the disabled apps. I'll do the same thing for pages. In this case, I'll click on the cog and choose disable, and you'll notice that the pages app got moved to the bottom half of the page there. And then also for files. Files, I don't want my students accessing, same with pages, because files and pages cannot be organized in a way that makes sense for students, and they're sorted in different ways and all that. Again, I would much rather have my students progressing through my material, especially looking at files and pages by placing those inside modules. And let me go ahead and do one more thing here. Let's go ahead and hide the assignments link, and let's put my syllabus above discussions and my modules above discussions as well. So I've made some changes there. I'm going to click the Save button, and when I do this, it will change the actual course navigation. And I can see here that I have quizzes, files, pages are all in gray, which means my students can't see them. If I click on that files link, I'll probably see something there. Yeah, I do, because these are things that I have added into this class over the past few sessions. Again, I don't want my students having access to this. So right now, my students should be able to see syllabus modules discussions. Do I have any discussions there? I don't, but let's check my settings here for discussions. Okay, I have it currently set up so students can create discussion topics. I'm going to turn that off. We'll get to discussions in a future session. So let me go ahead and click on my settings page. I'm going to take a look at my class from a student's perspective. So I'll click on Settings. And on the right side of the setting page is the Student View button. This enrolls me, it kind of basically re-enrolls me in my class as if I were a user called Test Student. What's very nice about the Test Student user in Canvas is that I can basically do everything in my class as if I were students, and then I can give my test student user feedback. I can do those types of things as well. So if I click on Student View, I will be put into Test View, and I can see here that my class navigation on the left should match the items that I have made available for my students. And that's right, the discussions tool is available even though I don't have any. Oh, I do have one. There is a Q&A discussion there. I have, of course, no grades yet. Oh yeah, a couple of assignments there. And then the other tools. So to leave the student view, there's a button here on the, well, I'm in student view to do that. A second comment I want to make is that at any time I can reset my students. And by resetting the students, I, in effect, wipe out all of my test student submissions, all the progress, all that stuff that they've done. So I'll go ahead and leave the student view here. And I'll go back to the settings page for my class. And again, for course navigation, I can move or hide. I can re-enable. So let's say I want to give my students access to the quizzes tool. I basically clicked on the cog and it did what? Oh, it moved to the bottom. So let's go ahead and click and drag and put that up here somewhere. And so now when I click Save, now my students can access that quizzes tool. This has been a short one. Didn't have any attendees today, so I hope that this was a good way to spend your time. Please keep up your questions and comments and let me know what you need help with as you're learning how to use Canvas and making this transition for us. The next webinar in the series will be on the homepage options inside Canvas. Thanks.